Yo, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to another FIFA 17 Ultimate Team potential player ratings video. Now today what I thought I would do is cover two massive rivals in the Premier League. Well, today is one of those videos, and in a couple of days I will do the other team. It is going to be a Manchester derby this week in my FIFA 17 videos. We're going to be taking a look at some of the best players for Man City and what they could be rated in FIFA 17. And then, as I said, in a couple of days time we'll talk over Manchester United. So if you could start this video off by hitting a like, that would be absolutely awesome, and don't forget to let me know down below in the comments section which particular player you would like me to cover next, or maybe you want me to cover a different club from a different league, that sort of thing. Now, I have previously covered one of Man City's biggest players, Sergio Aguero, in a previous video, so rather than not talk about him at all today, I'll just show you what we did, what we rated him, and it is on your screens right now. I've gone for an exactly the same replica of FIFA 16. We're going to keep him as a 88 rated striker. I think this is his current rating and what it should be, and also I feel like, you know, maybe +1 shooting and dribbling, that type of thing could happen. Slight variations across his card, but nothing too major. I think we'll be seeing a very similar Aguero in FIFA 17. So let's get into the main portion of today's video and start with our first of 5 players. We need to talk about this guy, Joe Hart, the English #1 goalkeeper. On FIFA 16 is an 84 rated. He has got 85 diving, 88 reflexes, 84 positioning, a decent card. He is one of the greatest shot stoppers, and then sometimes he also sort of cocks it up a little bit. There were a couple of moments there during the Euros where we saw the worst side of Joe Hart, I guess you could say. Saying that, and taking into account that he is an amazing shot stopper as well, what I've decided to do is I think he'll stay the same, but I think he'll have some topsy-turvy ups and downs in different stats. Let's face it, you know, maybe something like diving and positioning could go down. That would reflect some of the goals he let in during the Euros, for example. And then maybe his kicking, his handling, that sort of thing could increase by +1. So we're going to see a very similar Joe Hart card, in my opinion, on FIFA 17. Still an 84 rated would be really good. Like, he is awesome on FIFA. I always really like using him. He's a good shot stopper on the game, and with some more, I guess you could call them slightly more well-rounded stats, you know, the reductions in some areas where he previously had high stats, and then increases in areas which were a little lower for him, and I think we're going to see a pretty solid goalkeeper. Of course, in terms of goalies, you know, they don't really have skills or weak foot. That doesn't come into play, and I hope that in FIFA 17 we actually get stats on the player bio bit, which actually tells us about goalkeeper clean sheets and that sort of thing, rather than goals scored, because let's face it, you're not often going to score a goal with your goalie. Moving on then to our second of 5 players today, we have a newbie joining Manchester City. It is, of course, Ilkay Gundogan. The German has moved from Dortmund to the Blues in Manchester, and currently on FIFA does have an 83 rated centre midfield item. He does actually now have a Man City card on FIFA 16 as well, so it's going to look relatively similar. Apart from Man City's badges changing in FIFA 17, they have had an updated badge, as you will have noticed from the start of this video, and I'm sure you guys know about that anyway. But I think we're going to see a +1 overall on Ilkay Gundogan, and we're going to get this 84 rated centre midfield card. I really like the picture that I chose for this one as well. That is a cheeky grin from the German. He would be awesome, I'm not going to lie. Really good stats across the board. And Gundogan has this awesome dribbling as well, which is nice. 87 dribbling I've boosted him to, with 75 pace, 73 shooting, 84 passing is great as well, 67 defending, 75 physical. That's a really well-rounded item on FIFA 17. Of course, with 1 or 2 stats which are next level. You know, his passing and dribbling are awesome and would really reflect a nice 84 rated item. Keeping him the same with the 4-star skills and weak foot that he currently has on FIFA 16. I feel like that's deserved, and that will stay exactly the same. And of course, in terms of price, you're looking quite hefty, I would imagine, especially if he does get an upgrade. Gundogan already is one of those players which everyone loves to use on FIFA because he is so well-rounded, he does have good skills, and he's just a great player to have in your team. put that into one of the most popular leagues in the world, the Premier League, and of course his price is going to skyrocket, as well as being able to link to other awesome players in for Man City and in the BPL. He's going to be an expensive one. Let's move on then to player number 3 out of 5. We have got this guy, Yaya Toure, who is one of Man City's biggest and best players. Of course, not had the greatest of times over the last year, and there's obviously been a lot of speculation that he was going to leave, that sort of thing. From what I've read, it looks as though Pep has smoothed things over, decided that Yaya is a part of their plans, and therefore he will be staying at the club. Let me know if you know any differently. However, in terms of FIFA cards and stuff, I feel like we're going to see another 85 rated version of Yaya Toure. This seems to be what the stat sites are predicting him to stay at this potential rating as an 85 overall. Now, in terms of stats, we all noticed last season that Yaya sometimes looked like one of the most lazy players on the pitch, which is a shame. Like, sometimes he used to be known as one of the hardest workers, and then sometimes you see him like waddling along, not running and that sort of thing. I think that will be reflected in a very slight pace reduction to 75 overall, still pretty decent. And of course, Yaya will still be a member of like Club 70 with some pretty decent 80s stats as well. Just minor stat increases and decreases across the board, similar to what we've seen with like Aguero and Joe Hart so far in today's video. But, 82 shooting, 81 passing, 87 physical, that sort of thing. Still going to be an absolute beast in FIFA 17. And of course, will still hold a very high price tag. Even if he did get a reduction of rating to an 84 overall, I feel like he'd still be probably more expensive than Gundogan, just because of how big and strong he is on the game. That's something that everyone wants in the middle of their midfield, an absolute beast. Right then, player number 4 out of 5 today is going to be the little Spaniard, the little wizard, David Silva. So, again, not the most impressive season for David Silva last year. He did come away with more than 10 assists in the league and stuff like that, so that's pretty good, but not quite up to the level of his previous season before the last one. He currently has a whopping 88 rated card on FIFA 16. I feel like we're going to see a minor downgrade to an 87 overall player on FIFA 17. Still a really high rated card, and will be one of the best cams, or I think he's potentially going to be a cam in FIFA 17. There, of course, is sometimes talk of him being like a left midfielder, which I would hate because he doesn't quite have the pace to be a winger. Central David Silva is exactly what I want on the game. But a minor downgrade, I've seen people downgrade this guy all the way down to like an 85. I don't feel like that's deserved. That's a bit harsh, but maybe just to take a slight knock off that 88 rating to an 87 overall. And in terms of stats, maybe not the pace, not the shooting, not the dribbling, because he does still have that stuff in his locker, but maybe take a little bit off the passing, a little bit off the defending, the physical, that sort of thing, and it wouldn't really affect this guy too much. Still got the 4-star skill moves, of course, 2 or 3-star weak foot as well. He is a very left-footed player, of course, and in terms of price, well, a downgrade would of course mean that he is more affordable for you guys. Still an 87 rated BPL player from Spain, that's a lot of popular stuff there. A popular nation where you can link a lot of players. Very popular team in the BPL, which is of course one of the best leagues in the world. He's going to hold a price, but maybe not quite as high as you think. Right then, so we move on to our final player, and it is the one I'm probably most looking forward to from this club. It is Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgian midfielder is just turned into one of the greatest attacking midfielders. I really, really enjoy watching this guy play. Seeing all the highlight reels of this guy's goals and stuff is just awesome. He's a great player. He's very young as well, which is exciting for the future. And I feel like we're going to see an increase in this guy's rating to an 87 overall, a +1 from his current 86 rated on FIFA 16. There's a potential, I guess, that he could be like an 88. However, I feel EA will give him a +1 overall rating boost, and I'd be pretty happy with that. A nice 87 rated De Bruyne would be just fine, I think. In terms of stats, pretty much +1 across the board, maybe a little bit extra on the dribbling and nothing on the defending. And of course, we're looking at 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot from this player. Very, very strong on the weak foot side of things, which is perfect, especially in FIFA 17 when we're all excited about all the new dynamic changes and stuff. How good is De Bruyne going to be at running with the ball, weaving in and out of defenders, and then have that ability to shoot on either foot? I cannot wait. Now, apart from maybe Aguero in this video, I feel like De Bruyne is going to be the most expensive. He might not be quite as high pricey as Sergio Aguero, but definitely more than Yaya, Gundogan, all of that lot put together, no doubt. Mainly because of the great dribbling, shooting and passing, and the skills and weak foot that this guy has got. He's a very popular player on the game. He's a bit of a unit as well. Like he's sort of got it all, in my opinion. He's one of the best players on FIFA, and he always does a good job on FIFA. Like, there are some players, maybe a good example would be someone like Mesut Ozil, doesn't quite play that good on FIFA. The way it works on the game just doesn't quite work for Ozil on FIFA, whereas he's an amazing player in real life. Whereas De Bruyne, his stats, they just work. He just plays awesomely on FIFA. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. There are lots of players on the game that I feel play better than their rating and that sort of thing. De Bruyne is one of them. So we've now covered Manchester City and some of their biggest names. Don't forget, I've also covered Leroy Sané. I gave him a card from Schalke back in the day because, of course, at that time he hadn't moved to Man City. He's going to be another awesome player for the club coming up in this season. I'm very excited that the season's starting at the end of this week as well. It's awesome to see. BPL football will be back, which is great. If you could smash a like on the video, that would be awesome. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below of which players I should cover in a future episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and we will catch you next time, guys. Peace.